I'm Sosin, Faculty of Anthropology for UPSC. Welcome to Anthro Times. This is a special series that we have started to give a walkthrough of UPSC Anthropology syllabus. Continuing with our journey, a beautiful journey through anthropology. Today's topic of discussion will be from chapter 1.3 of paper 1 of UPSC syllabus of Anthro. The syllabus notifies this as the main branches of anthropology, their scope and relevance. The syllabus gives 4 branches, namely biological anthropology, archaeological anthropology, socio-cultural anthropology and linguistic anthropology. These 4 branches look to be distinct from one another, but they're not totally aloof from one another. They constantly are interconnected with one another. This interconnection and dependence of one over the other is generally referred to as something called holism. So in today's talk, you are going to have 3 or 4 such interesting new terms. But as I said to you in the very first video, do not be really baffled with the new terminologies. So when we say holism, it is interdependence, meaning when we are studying man, studying linguistic, biological, sociological and various other things in dependence over one another, that's what is called holism. So though they are distinct, there is a commonality. Their distinctive nature is very much evident in how one does the field study and research. Field study is a common term that we generally use, going to the field and doing the stuff kind of. When it comes to doing the field research, for example, in archaeology, you go dig the digs and then you try to find the evidence. On the other hand, suppose you go to biological anthropology, you have several laboratory studies, or maybe perhaps when you are going to study people that are living people. In the cultural studies, you go and interview them, kind of. I mean, that's what is field study all about. When we were dealing with meaning and scope of anthropology also, I made a mention of these branches. Now, in this specific topic, I should once again bring back what was called BoAsean Approach to anthropology. That is, Franz Boas was the one who suggested 4 branches that we are studying here to be the content of anthropology. So basically, in studying each of these branches, one must know the origins of each of them. Say, for example, biological anthropology was the earliest, the first very branch to begin with. Or maybe perhaps what constitutes the content. In that case, for example, when you talk about biological anthropology, you have primatology, you have disease studies, you have evolution studies, human variation studies, etc. So whenever a question on these branches is asked, one is you have to know the historicity. Secondly, the thinkers who were mainly involved, meaning when I say biological anthropology, there are sociological thinkers who are working in biological anthropology. So basically, I mean, that detailing we are not giving here. Nevertheless, you should study the historicity. You should know a couple of thinkers who have been instrumental in emergence of the discipline, and also what exactly you study in terms of branches, etc. And fourthly, you have to know the applications, the uses, because when we go to American anthropology kind of regions, we see that all these 4 fields are put together in what is called applications, the use for studying the human culture, biology, etc. So, I mean, this looks to be a much wider thing for a person who must be starting to study anthropology. A lot more things we will actually be seeing in the future talks. But yeah, let me tell you this. When we come to reference books, for example, as far as the meaning and scope was concerned, I had indicated one book that was Miller and Wee's Introduction to Anthropology, because some students were asking for some alternative book that might be readily available in the market of India. So I might actually suggest here the book of Ember and Ember titled Anthropology. If you have still not subscribed to this channel, SosinIAS Academy, kindly do so that we can keep you notified of anything that is latest in anthropology and UPSC. Thank you. Have a great time.